This is Wake Up and Lead, a daily podcast where ambitious young professionals learn to lead themselves. I'm your host, Hampton Dortch, and today we are talking about future. The specific topic is stop trying to make money. Now, maybe this is a bit of a clickbaity title, but I actually really mean what I'm saying. This principle is something I believe in heavily, and here it is. Learn before you earn. Learn before you earn. If you are a young professional, I'm not going to put a certain age on young professional. You can decide if you are or not. I think this principle applies to you very much so because so often we are wired. The world we grow up in is wiring us to worry about money and job security and our career path. And a lot of times I think that we end up having like golden handcuffs later on. Maybe you join this giant corporate company, and the longer you stay, the more money you make and the more money is promised to you. And then you have these golden handcuffs, and then you kind of end up coasting for the last 10, 15, 20 years of your career. And maybe you're not like satisfied with work. Maybe you never do that big thing that you wanted to do. And a big part of that is probably because you didn't prioritize learning. You prioritized earning. And what I'm telling you is if you focus on earning on the earlier part of your life when you are a young professional, when you have less bills to pay, maybe you're married, maybe you have a kid. I do, but I certainly have focused more on learning in the first 4 or 5 years of my career. Now, that doesn't mean that I haven't earned anything. That doesn't mean that I'm telling you to take a job where you make no money. Certainly no. But if you know that you can live on a certain salary or a certain amount of money, then as long as you can make that amount of money, I would challenge you to go to the place where you're going to grow the most, where you're going to learn the most, because I guarantee you when you find yourself later in your career, if not just like a couple years down the road, the value of you as a professional, as a leader goes way up. And guess what? You'll end up making way more money in the long run. Or if you prioritize learning, that might even open you up to be able to like start your own thing or start your own business one day or be an entrepreneur or something like that. And I think so often we're thinking so short term. It's like, okay, I've got to make as much money as possible right now to keep up with everyone or, to set myself up for retirement. And I get it. It's important to make money and everything, but there is never a better time to focus on learning then right now you're going to be working for at least like 40 years. And so what if you just said, you know what, I'm going to give the first 5 years of my career until I'm, let's say 27, or let's say, hey, until I'm 30, I want to focus on learning and growing as an employee, as a professional, as a leader, as a business person, whatever it is. So that's why I talk about direction so much. You want to know the direction that you're heading in. You don't know exactly where it's leading to, but ask yourself the question, is what I'm doing right now, do I have a really good feeling about the things that I'm learning contributing to the future that I want to have? And if not, ask yourself the question, am I staying here because it's secure and I like the amount of money I make? A lot of times the answer will be yes. I would challenge you to then say, okay, what do I want to do when I'm older? I may not know exactly, but what are the things that I like, and what is a job or something I can do on the side to learn about this so that I will be more equipped when the time comes, as opposed to just putting your head down, following the career path that's laid out in front of you and never, trying something that you really love or never reaching your potential because you never focused on learning. If you want to lead yourself, which is what this podcast is about, if you want to lead others one day, it starts by leading yourself. And if you aren't a learner, if you don't become an aggressive learner, you don't really have a shot at leading yourself over time. You might be able to lead yourself right now because you're an individual contributor. You don't have a family that you're really supporting. But over time, as you gain more responsibility in your life, if you're not growing as a person, you'll probably crumble. And so I want you to become an aggressive learner, focus on learning before earning in whatever job it is that you have, and it will impact you far more in the end. I'll see you tomorrow. It's time for you and me to wake up and lead.